Welcome back to another Alliance War video for Loki versus LVT. And first up, I have Claire on path 4. I start with a heal block debuff here, so she's going to have a massive Fury. And I have White Magneto, Professor X, and Captain America Infinity War. The plan here is to basically lose all the debuffs, go debuff immune, and then just parry heavy to my SB3. But she has a massive Fury from that heal block debuff that I got. And then I miss a parry and she does massive damage. Here I'm like in freak out mode. I'm like, okay, I just need to like slow play this. And she throws a heavy here to my detox, and now I'm like, this is just pain, and she kills me. I was out of town, and it was just making things kind of difficult, this first fight. I was really psyching myself out because I had to do other stuff later in the day and I needed to force this, but either way, I just played like a noob there. And you see here, now I just go back in and I'm like, you know what, this is a very simple fight. I just freaked out with that first combo, but I did throw an indestructible boost on just to save me, which it did actually on that special one. Here I'm like, okay, just get to my SP3 and I will be fine. And here we go, I'm at my SP3. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't gonna glance, and I just cycle and the fight is over. So that's my first death in 119 fights, so that was rather frustrating. However, I started to really put a lot of pressure on myself, and it really comes back to haunt me. I had some other fights I really wasn't too comfortable with, but I knew I could do. And I just kept thinking like, man, if this is where I died here, I'm gonna, like, there's a chance I die twice in this war. So Fury is the next one on path 4. And here, I'm just going to basically parry heavy and kill his decoy. And then just SB3 when he's degenning. And this one goes rather smooth. One thing that was on my mind, since I had a lot of Professor X fights, is that I just died once and I have to massively heal him, so my item usage, and I just kept overthinking a lot of stuff, which led to a multitude of mistakes. But here you see that the detox is working perfectly, even with the weakness that tries to apply, and I'm pushing him to an SP2, which is great, so I'm not taking too much chip damage, so I don't have to heal too much later on. But here I'm like, okay, I want to make sure I always have a detox charge up, and I'm looking at his health and it's going down, so I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to keep doing this and keep his tactical charges down and just kill him this way, which is perfectly fine. And he's almost dead here. I wish that heavy would have killed him, but at this point it's like, okay, just degenning, he throws this into my block, and I'm going to just heavy charge into my SP3 and he's dead. The next fight I have is Mojo on the debuff immune ebb and flow knockdown. I'm going to be taking out with Captain America. I have a White Magneto pre-fight that was placed, it was placed for me, and I'm throwing an indestructible, I think a Power Start 1 boost actually. We'll see right now. But the plan basically is to parry heavy. I threw Dex off for this fight because I didn't want to degen from having the Dex on, and just throw my SB2 and just kill him with a Fury up. If it doesn't kill him right away, it'll kill most of him and he'll be down. When I have the Fury up and I'm throwing parry heavies, I do quite a bit of damage. He throws that SB1, which is great, because now I don't have to worry about his power getting too much, and I throw a massive SB2 and he's dead. So this null fight, the plan here is to basically either Dex or block to go debuff immune, and then I can just parry heavy and win the fight. And this was a weird assignment, because everything has to go right, but you see that I'm getting hit and I'm just like, man, okay, just calm down. And I'm not dexing, and I didn't realize this in the fight or even after until I was talking to some people, but I have Dex off here, so it's just like one thing after another. And this is what happens when you psych yourself out. Now here I could have parried heavy. I missed a parry, and I'm just in the corner, and he hits me, and I'm dead. Completely full health, null. I realized that I had Dex off, and I go back in, and let's see how this goes now. So the plan here is also to not get cornered. So I do want to hit his block where I'm not going to get any debuffs. And the problem with this node, as I'm trying to basically, go debuff immune so I can parry heavy freely, is that it's prowess buildup. So he's just building more and more prowess as the fight goes on. So I'm trying to parry heavy, and then I get a debuff on me, and I'm like, man, this is just not what I want. But I need to push him back here, and I'm at 100 charges, so I throw my SP3. I'm like, all right, perfect, and that's basically all she wrote. So I'm gonna cycle him here, and the fight's over. So huge difference with Dex and without Dex, obviously, and this is my second death. At this point, I'm really dreading this Chavez fight on Ebb and Flow Intercept, just with her AI, and I have a sassy boss, and next I have a spot as well, and I'm just like, man, I'm like in my own head. This kitty I was not worried about, and I psyched myself out because I was like, man, if something goes wrong, like, I just don't want to die. And I have a one rule that I try to follow, is just to not get cornered, and you'll see here that I just kind of play too scared, and I just get too scared to heavy counter because of that heavy that I ate. And she resists that, and I'm like, okay, at this point, just build up my charges, right? And I'm too afraid to parry her, and right there I should have just parried to get, she would have cleared her prowess. I could have parried again there, and I would have got 200 charges. However, I'm getting cornered here, and I should have thrown my SB. Now looking at this, I could have thrown my SB too and probably killed her, but now I'm in the corner, and she's at 4 prowess, and I'm just like, I can't eat a special here. If she dashes at me, I'll be unblockable. I think I have 100 charges to mind control her, and I don't. So this does massive damage even with the protection up. And I should have thrown my SB3. It would have killed her, but she throws hers first, and I am dead for the 3rd time. At this point, I'm just like losing it, and I have this spot fight. And I'm thinking, okay, I've taken this before, and it's actually easier because I'm detox now. So all I have to do is parry heavy, bait out 1 special, and get an intercept, and I'm home free. So that's essentially what I'm going to do. And I have Chavez after this. I spoke to my other officers, and I just told them I'm really not in a place to take that Chavez fight. If we have another option that's better, let's do that. And they said, okay, we found another option. Shout out to Vega for soloing that for me, and I was still willing to take the sassy boss, or sassy mini on 54, but we just decided to doom it, and that was the end of my war. This is the end of my war right here. So lots of mistakes. I had a streak of 119, and we ended up losing this war 10-7. I died 3 times. Shout out to Karate Mike, Vega, and Trevor as our MVPs. And this is just a learning lesson. You can't get too comfortable, and you can't psych yourself out. I just got to do better in the next one. See you guys in the next war.